Hey everybody, welcome back to another round of Canje Plays as we continue our playthrough with Chronicles of Drunagor Age of Darkness. We got through the first scenario. It was a little rough going, but we made progress. We made progress, and hopefully I played everything properly. So we're gonna continue on with this playthrough with the next chapter, chapter 2, and we will see where it goes from there. Before it begins, just want to say thank you to my patrons, subscribers, and if you're neither and you're just coming to hang out for some Chronicles Drunagor fun, thank you and welcome as well. Let's go ahead and continue with our wonderful story.
The caravan arrives at the town of Black River just as night falls at the end of the following day. The town is in turmoil, as the militias have been called in for the many strong arms that would be needed to build a palisade around the settlement. Having introduced yourself to the mayor, Matthias Cormac, as a volunteer adventurer, you walk alongside him as he inspects the construction of the town's defenses, learning about its problems and how you might help deal with them.
The last time we built one of these,
says Matthias, pausing to watch the work of some men,
was half a century ago, and my grandfather believed it would be the last time our people would face a wave of incursions. However, now we have no choice but to arm peasants, fishermen, and artisans against those things that have arisen in the woods.
He concludes with a heavy voice.
Almost every night monstrosities attack us like maddened men, lassoing those who cannot fight or flee, as if capturing animals.
He explains with a frown.
I know these bastards have made their nest in James Erst's old fortress. But the 2 times I tried to fight them there, I was forced to retreat with less than half my men. However, where direct confrontation has failed, it could be that a more subtle approach will work.
Following the advice of the priest you met the day before, you offer to help, leaving early in the morning under the day's protection. The journey through the riverine forests is calm, and after a day's march you come across the ruins of the aforementioned fortress, built upon a high bluff that overlooks the mighty Black River. On another occasion, you would even be content to spend time here, enjoying a view adorned by the patina of time. The silence makes you wonder if anyone actually inhabits the place, but recent tracks that look as though heavy loads were dragged into the keep indicate that something is going on here. Without hesitating, you advance towards the fortress on the mountainside, preparing for the worst.
Alright, so our rules for this are going to be darkness spawning rules. So in this adventure, the darkness will emerge from darkness spawning points or from darkness already on the board. So we'll have the darkness hunting rune card with face up A card. So now at the end of every round, darkness is going to start hunting us basically. And it'll move in standard trying to get to the hero with the most health. Going forward, if both of us are covered in darkness and we have to draw another darkness, we don't draw it. Instead, they will take crush damage. Recall actions will mean that we have the penalty of having a curse cube. If we have 6 curse cubes or 2 trauma cubes, we lose the adventure, and then we can just begin the adventure. And with the board being properly set up, we are introduced to our first map. This is some play it like a point of interest that you can look. Our door would be here. It usually would be standing up like so, but you can't see it in that way to see the door, so I've laid it down in its proper state to say there's no enemies in this room to start, and we just have that board there to get going. We still have Katarina unpainted. That's going to be, you'll just see at some point during our campaign, if we survive that long, all of a sudden she will be miraculously painted, but not now. So we have to set up our initiative track to see how this initiative is going to fall. Our initiative track, which lovingly has Sun, still as our defender, and we have Katarina here as our striker. No one else on here, but now we're going to add in a new card, which is the Darkness Hunting card on the A side. So basically, after this card effects, we're going to flip it over and it'll be on its B side, then it'll flip back over. So this now goes into the rune space here. So at the end of every round, we're going to have to spawn darkness, as it's going to be chasing us throughout this entire game. So we are starting with Sun as the beginning character, and we'll be going from there. Sun is first going to take her move action, and she's going to move 1, 2, 3 towards that point as her first action, as her move action. Then on her board, she is going to spend this green to move 3 and focus 1. So that's going to kind of be her initial setup. She will then move 1, 2, and 3. As a free action, we can open the door, but we're going to wait on that. And while we do that, we're also going to gain our first focus token that's going to go on her as well. She is going to freely interact with this object, and when you do, you just flip it from 2 to 1, and let's see what happens. All right, so we've pulled up in the interaction book, page 6, and looking like we've found the point of interest for us to check out. So we've got a blue flame to pull the blue flame torch. We've got examine the running water, pull the handle, pull the yellow flame torch, examine the parchment, or pry the gems out. She's in a path of cunning, and I think prying out the gems, but she's a monk thinking about water. I'm between doing water or the gems. I think in her infinite wisdom of being a monk, being trained in the art, she will examine the running water.
Having been built on a slope where a spring flows into the Black River, crystal clear water is abundant in this place. Although its appearance doesn't catch your attention at first, when you taste a sip, you feel a chill run down your spine, accompanied by a refreshing sensation.
We will get the keyword Blessed Source status on our campaign log. Now with that, she can only do 1 interaction with this per turn, so the other will have to be left up to Katarina to take care of. So for her free action, yeah, let's do it. We're going to open this door and see what this door has to offer for us.
Advancing through the door, you reach an underground chamber far from any light, which in the past served the fortress as an armory. Within, lurking among the shadows, lay more of those unearthed skeletons and also people? With an errant appearance and demeanor, to say the least, you wonder if you could still regard them as such. What was going on here? Could there be someone behind all of this like there was when you faced a similar situation just a few weeks ago?
Okay, with that setup, it looks like we've got a new board to build out. We're going to have, because it looks like everything's going to stack up here, we're going to have 1 gray monster rookie, 1 white monster skeleton archer, an interaction token on 2, and then a chest to pick up. We also have, since we're playing 2-player, we're going to add another gray monster rookie onto the board, and trapdoor Thunder. When the door is opened right after completing its setup, if any hero has the Shattered Barrier Thunder status on their campaign log, they may erase it and nothing happens. Otherwise, if no hero has it, a trap is triggered and each hero must make an agility test green. Skill challenge, difficulty 11. Each agile cube gives +2, so just +2 to both checks. To their roll. Heroes who fail the check suffer 2 non-preventable damage and are stunned for their turn. Okay, we've got the board all set up for us to go through as everything's opened up. We've got an executioner that has appeared, we've got a rotten flesh, and we've got a skeleton with a treasure chest and another interaction point for us to go through for this one. So that was, we did our regular move, we did our relaxing walk move to gain focus. That's where we were. And now we have 1 more action to do, but we do need to do our test. Remember, we have to both have to do a test and pass an 11 or take 2 damage and stun. All right, so Sun first, so she'll get +2 to whatever this roll is, which is a 8, 9, 10. Sadly, day late and $1 short, so she's going to take 2 damage going from 13 to 11. The next up is going to be Katarina, who's going to roll as well. A natural 20, and she passes. No problem whatsoever. But Sun is stunned. Sun will take her 2 damage going down to 11 and get a stun token on her turn. Because Sun is stunned, she loses her next cube action, basically. So she loses her last cube action, and it goes, this will get removed. So she had 1 more cube action to do, but because she was stunned, she does not have 1 more cube action to do, basically. And that ends her turn. Now, with that being done and the board shifting up a little bit, you'll see it change. We'll move from Sun, moving all the way through, and now it's the Executioner's turn, who's going to move 4 and attack for 4. The Executioner here is going to move 1, 2, because he's melee to get right up to Sun, and then he's going to swing at Sun for 4. Sun is going to divert 3 of that pain to just take 1 damage, but because she took that 1 damage, she's going to take a bleed token of 1 and a slow token. This means it's going to just kind of slow down her movement. So she's got that on her. Ouch, that hurts. Then after Executioner is completed with executing, it will go on to Katarina's turn. And I believe interaction tokens can be broken up, so she's going to do her move. 1, 2, 3. Then Katarina is going to spend her green to do a bull rush, where she will move 3, 1 target adjacent to her takes 2 damage. So she will do 1, she'll do her interaction with this token, because you can do that on this turn, which, let's do our interaction. She is going to pull the yellow flame torch. We're going to give that a try and see what happens.
It's a torch, just like any other, and the scent of oil on it is still strong, indicating that it must not have been lit so very long ago. Enchanted by the glow of the flame, you remove the torch from the wall. Figuring it could be helpful later on, you carry it with you.
We gain the good quality stick. Actually, it's a good quality torch that we have to start. So this is the one that we gain, which is a new ability. It says Purge the Wicked, 2 damage and burn 4, then flip this card over when we use it. If you have means to apply burn, have burn, or are adjacent to lava, as a minor action, you may flip this card back over. This is an ongoing set of awesomeness. That's what this is. Burn 4? Are you kidding me? Yes, I'm taking that. We're going to slot this lovely baby because we'll match the symbol of it. So we'll slot it down here as good quality torch for another ability that she has. Then we will continue our movement. So that was 1, 2, 3 next to the Executioner, which is fun times. And remember, our ability says move 3, 1 adjacent will suffer 2 magic damage. So that lovely Executioner will take 2 magic damage going down to 10. Then we have this lovely new ability that I am not going to waste. We're going to just go straight Reckless. That will give us 1 Fury, so self 1 Fury. Then we get to attack 3 separate times. No modifiers for these attack, but we can try to see if they hit, and we need a 7 or better to do it. So first attack is going to be a 8, which works out. Second attack, an 18. And third attack, that's a cock die, actually. I thought it was a 1, but it was like halfway like this, so we gotta re-roll it. A 16 to hit. Woo! I'm so glad that was a cock die. So this monster is going to take 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and because I have this lovely Fury, I'm going to use that Fury that I had to do plus 1 more damage, which just destroys his face, and he goes down. So the Executioner had a good turn, but his turn is now over. That ends Katarina's turn, so it will go to the Rotting Flesh turn, who will move 3, and he's trying to get in melee range. So he will move 1, 2, 3, and that's the best he can do. And my mistake, the Skeleton Archer was supposed to go up here, and was supposed to go after Sun's turn, so we're not going to have them skip their turn. We're just going to put this over here, but we're going to have them take their turn now, which is move 4, attack 3, and that would have been before it could have gotten the Katarina, so it would just be focused on Sun. So the Skeleton Archer will move 1, because they can't move through those objects, 2, 3, 4. It won't go through here because this is fire. It's not going to burn itself to get to us. They're not, unfortunately, fortunately for them, unfortunately for us, is these are not dumb creatures. So we'll treat it as if Katarina wasn't here because it wasn't her turn yet, and we're going to have Sun have to take that damage, which is 3 damage inbound. To roll that back, because it wasn't the Executioner that was going to hit her, she will have used the prevent 3 to not take any damage, so that'll be fair, and then I will just exhaust another to block. So let's say we're going to use this red here to block 2 of the Executioners, which means I would have gotten hit for 1 more. So it evened out. We solved it. I completely forgot to do that, so I totally apologize. Now that all that's said and done and fixed, now we're back over here to this. We'll draw 1 rune from the rune bag. Now let's take a look and flip this over. I know you saw that jump, but that was the magic of editing, so you didn't have to see me reach all the way across the table to build stuff up. And we're just going to grab a token here, and we got a green. It's going to be a Z shape. Alright, because this is the closest spawn point for it to spawn to get to us, even if I put 3, 1, 2, 3, it cannot get to her, no matter what it tries to do. So we actually are going to use that Z shape because it's perfectly distant for what it is. And this is going to get put on the green track. We will then take our Z shape and place it here. Because even if I place 3, if I broke it into 3, it wouldn't be able to get anyway, so the Z shape could get done. And we're actually not in a horrible, horrible place, but we need to get a move on. Alright, with that 1 rune being drawn, we take this card, flip it over, and we're going to draw 2 runes next round, and then we go back up to Sun's turn. At the beginning of Sun's turn, she has to take 1 damage for the bleed, unfortunately. And then that gets removed. And then she has a slow, which will slow her movement down by 1, I believe. No, I'm stand corrected. It would be 2. So on her movement, she would lose 2 to do that. So we are going to have her. All right. So I had to think about this for a second. So on Sun's turn, she's going to spend that 1 movement to move here, which will get rid of this token. So that would have been her 3 movement. Reduced to 1. Then she is going to join the fray, gaining 2 shield, and then she's going to move 2 and then gain an attack. So she will move 1, 2, and then she will gain an attack, and we are going to strike. We're going to strike the skeleton and see how that goes. All right, so this is just a regular roll to see how we do. That is not a hit. That's just bad. That's just bad news. That's a straight up miss. So the final thing Sun's going to do is going to do low kick to try to knock down that skeleton so it doesn't get a turn to attack this round. Or else that'd be bad news. So she will do this. It'll be a +3 and inflict knockdown. Alright, well, let's see how we do. 8 plus 3 is more than enough. So we hit the skeleton for 3 and we inflict knockdown. That skeleton will take 1, 2, 3 damage and will be knocked down on its turn. Finally, at the end of Sun's turn, since she used all of these, she has to get them back, which is an unwilling recall. And then she will gain this, to which we will put on the key point and retaliate to. Then it is the skeleton's turn. So good thing I was able to do something for this. On the skeleton's turn, it is knocked down, so it will have to spend this to get up, and because it can't attack when adjacent to an enemy, it doesn't take a turn. Yahoo! Alright, that was, whew. Then we come over here, and the Executioner is dead, so that card will be removed, and then it goes over to Katarina's turn. Katarina on her turn will move 1, 2 here. Not really ideal. I would love for her to move a lot more, but that's where she's going to be. Then Katarina is going to do a double attack, because she's all about the big attacks. So a double attack with 0 mod, but remember we get +1 to hit no matter what. So let's see how we do. So we'll roll for our first. 13 plus 1 is 14. And plus that is 11, which is enough. That skeleton is going to take 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 for the double hit to die. And that skeleton's out of here. Then on her second action, she's going to spend this red cube to twin strike that guy. The last guy that's left to fight, the rotting flesh. I was thinking of critting, but critting isn't going to help. It's just going to do 6 damage where I could get that same from here. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to roll our die twice for the twin strike. 5 plus 1, 6, which is not enough, sadly. And 13 does hit for 3. So he will take 3. 1, 2, 3, going to 9. Then I believe what Katarina's going to do is going to use her good quality Oh, I need a cube to do that. Oh, it's a cubed action. I thought it was a free action. So that would have been cool, but it's not going to happen this round. Okay, at the end of Katarina's turn, it would be the Rotting Flesh's turn. So he is going to attack the person with the most health, which right now it's Katarina, and is going to be he's going to attack twice for 3 to see what happens. So on her turn, she will prevent 3 to block the first attack. Because she's out of cubes, she will have to do an unwilling recall, which will have her put this on blue, and then she's going to spend this other blue to prevent the other 3. So, no damage for her. Then at the end of his turn, it will go over to the draw runes, to where we're going to have to draw 2 from this bag, so we're going to do the quick switch. See? Switch just like that. And we have to draw 2 runes from this bag this time. So not 1, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. So we're going to draw the first rune, which is a blue, and it's that funky shape. And then I just want to draw them all out now because we got to place them in order. We got a green one, which is the same funky shape. So people are getting covered with bad stuff. This is the shape that's supposed to be placed out there, and it's supposed to trail from here. But as you can see, it's not ideal for what's going to happen, so we have to break this into 3. So now we've broken this into 3. It's trying to get to Katarina, so 1, who has the highest health, 2, and 3, and it does get to her, so that will lower her health by 2, and that was for this blue one. So this blue one will get placed up high, and then we have to place for this, and this time it's trying to target Sun, because Sun is the highest health character that is not covered, and is trying to get to Sun. So it's going to shatter itself into 3 to get to Sun. In this case, where it only needs to go 2 spaces to get to Sun, it's going to go here, and you don't have to place the third one. So Sun's health is going to get reduced by 2, even more, going to 6. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. We've lost half our health, and we're still just in the first fight. After that's over, this flips back over, and then it goes back up to Sun's turn. I'll tell you what Sun's going to do. Sun is going to find balance finding. She's going to self-heal 2, and then gain a focus point. She's then going to spend these 2 focus to do body strike, +3 to attack, +3 damage, and push 3. So she will remove her 2 her 2 focus points to do that attack against that creature. So it's +3 to this roll. Let's see how we do. 9 + 3 is more than enough. So first he will take 3, 1, 2, 3, +3 damage, 1, 2, 3, and then he will get pushed 3, 1, 2, and when he lands in there, he's going to take 2 burn, baby. He's going to take 2 burn on his turn. Then Sun is going to move 1. It would have been this -2, but it was 9 + 3 -2 because I was on there. For people who are wondering, you didn't do the -2. I said I rolled a natural 9. I get +3 to it. This makes it -2, but it was still enough to do the hit. Then I'll move 1, 2, 3 to come over here, and I will interact with this interaction token. Alright, this is some cool stuff that's in here. So we've got pick up the shield. We've got pick up the crossbow, so we found a nice table of stuff. We've got search the open drawer. We've got search the locked drawer. Pick up the light blade. Ooh, that might be nice. And pick up the axe. I think what we're going to have Sun do is we're going to have her try to search the locked drawer. She has the path of cunning. I have to believe that should be helpful. Locked drawer it is.
Curious about what might be hiding in a locked drawer, you examine the lock and weigh your options with your thieves' kit.
I felt like it would be something that is very thieves' kitty. So it says, make a dexterity red roll, skill challenge of difficulty 13. Each ranged cube you have, you get +2 to the roll. If you follow the path of cunning, this challenge is considered successful without the need to roll. Yes!
Even though the rusty lock didn't help your work, you're too skilled for it to resist you. With a few moves here and there, you hear the click of the lock being defeated and break into a small smile. A beautiful, opaque gem that seems to contain the glow of a star on its heart rests alone within.
We got the Cosmic Gemstone number 1, which you can see the number 1 right here in the corner. This said, discard to enhance a socketed item. Flip that item card and use its backside for the rest of the campaign. Oh, this makes me so interesting. I got a socketed item. Okay, cool. So she will gain her socketed item, and it's an item that can go in her pouch, but we can trade it if we need to. And that will be... What is next is she going to do? I think what we're going to have her do is we're going to have her move 3 and focus 1. We're not going through any doors. We're not going through any doors because I don't want to deal with... Actually, I just thought of something. After you resolve a fight action, you may self-move 2. So I wouldn't have used my movement to move. I did a fight action when I did my body strike to push him over, which would have given me the 2 to move, so I still have my 3 movement. Let's not be silly with it. So we were here when we did that strike. After that, I could have moved 2, which would have done the interaction. Then we're going to move 1 over here, and we're going to interact with this chest, knowing we have to roll the trap die. See, we catch these things eventually, but we're going to roll the trap die, and nothing. So we get to draw from the treasure deck to see what we're going to get. So we got to make sure it's nice and ready, and we are going to draw a Flask of Preparation. Discard to self-focus 2 and cleanse 1. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, that works. So Sun has her lovely potion that she has with her, and I'll put her potion in her pack. So she's got 2 things in her pack right now. We are going to take this treasure chest and remove it out because that's what we cleared. And she still has an action left, which is pretty cool. And to me, that action, the best way to use that is to use this to remove Curse, where we will heal 2 more, go up to 10, and get rid of this token. So we're almost back up. We had a good round. We had a really good round. Okay, that ends Sun's turn, so it will go to the Skeleton Archer, but that Skeleton Archer is long dead. So then we continue going, and it's on Katarina's turn. On Katarina's turn, she's going to move 1, 2, 3, and she is going to interact with this token. I know exactly what I want for her for this. I'm picking up the axe. She is an axe-wielding mad woman of destruction. Pick up that axe, please.
Certain that few things are more reliable than good, heavy steel, you take the axe and risk a few swings to test its balance. Surely this formidable weapon will help you defeat the evildoers here.
Alright, so she got the bloody axe, and if you notice the symbol right here means that it can be socketed. I looked at this and I was so excited, I was salivating. So bloody axe, it's a light weapon or a heavy weapon. It can take the cosmic gem, as you can see, because it can be socketed. On an 8+ it hits, and it says your attack against enemies with bleed deals double damage. Oh my gosh, if I could get something to bleed, I will be insanely powerful, and this is perfect for her. So she's going to take this and equip it. Alright, so she is going to definitely swap this out for this for sure. And that was just her movement. That was just her movement to get there. Then, because she's right next to the sun, she's going to interact to trade items. So she is going to trade and take this socket item. And says discard, once again this is not an action, discard to enhance a socketed item. Flip that item to its backside for the rest of the campaign. So we're going to discard this to socket that bloody axe. The bloody axe will then be flipped to its bloodier axe side. So, Oh, I think I had it in the wrong side. Yeah. Oh, no, it says socketed. So this one looks like... Oh, this one says that it's a socket. So it started off with this where it did 3. I had it backwards, and it even says this is the front of the card. So I did get it wrong. And it says your attack against enemy deal damage if it's bloodied, and it's 3. But now it's socketed. I flipped this over, and now it's on an 8+ when double damage, and it hits for 4. So if they're bleeding, I could hit them for 8 damage. Amazing. So now it will be properly put here. Now it's properly placed in where it needs to be. It's been socketed with the cosmic gem. We are happy with our new weapon that we have. It makes us so cheery. I think what I'm going to do on my turn is we are going to use our green to do a move 3. I know this one has some nice little implications to it to get more, but we're going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that to move 3, and I would love to get one adjacent target, but I want to get to that door and us move forward. So I'm going to have her move 1, 2, and then interact with this door.
Going through the next door, you come across what must have been a storeroom or basement. A strange gloom lingers ahead as a monstrous creature covered in plate armor steps out of the shadows menacingly. Nearby, another figure lays still, a priest in the robes of the Church of the Setting Sun, in such a frail state that you can't tell whether he is dead or alive, resting in the corner of the wall.
Alright, with that done, we're going to get one black monster that is a Shadow Knight rookie. We're going to get one gray monster that's a rookie. We're going to get an interaction token, we're going to get a chest token, and we're going to get a one white monster that's a rookie. And the trapped, so as soon as we open the door, if no hero has it, which we don't, a trap is triggered and each hero must take an agile green skill challenge to try to get an 11, and we get a +2 or take 2 damage and burn 2. Ugh. Alright, through the magic of editing, the board's been set up. I've had to shift things over. You see I tried to keep him in the shot right here, so you see the yellow for where he is. The rest is kind of shift, and you can see that the darkness is still there. She is still here, and I believe she stepped 1, 2, so she has one more movement left. We've spawned, we basically have another executioner that's come out. We've got a skeleton from the rolls that we did. We still got our bad guy, and then we've got this big bastard right here, which is, oh my gosh, a Shadow Knight who is immune. Basically, he has a shield 1. He strike 2 and knockdown. He hits for 4, but he moves for 2, and he has 15 health. And then we have our interaction. I just knocked him over because I'm scared. We have our interaction token that's right here of the guy that's up against the wall. But before we do any of that, we got to make our rolls to try to get 11. So that is a fail. That is a huge, huge fail. Oh my gosh. So 2 unpreventable damage and a burn 2 is going to go right on Katarina for that epic fail. And then finally we'll do Sun for a hard fail 2. So fails on both ends. I cannot roll dice to save my life. So Katarina first will take 2 unpreventable damage and 2 burn. Woo, fun. Sun as well will take 2 unpreventable damage and her 2 burn. Katarina has 1 more movement left. She's going to back up 1. And if you notice, it's just been move, move. So she did 1, so she has 1 other action left. Honestly, I have to cleanse this. This is awful. So I'm going to have to spend, unfortunately, I could focus and cleanse, but instead I'm going to heal and cleanse. So I'm going to do remove curse, and I will heal 2, and I will get rid of this burn because that is just straight up nasty. That will end Katarina's turn, and then it goes on to the rotting flesh turn. Well, he's all the way over there in the corner, and he's got a burn 2 on him, which is not a good look for him. So he is going to take 2 damage and then be able to move. So he will take 1, 2 damage, and this will just flip down to 1. So he's going to die, and we don't have to worry about it. Then he's just going to move 1, 2, 3, and that's as far as he can go. That will end his turn because he's a melee character, and it'll go over here to where we're going to have to draw from the rune bag. And this time I didn't want it to do a weird shift on you when I did that. So we're going to reach in here. We draw 1 rune. And we pull a blue with that lovely L shape. And this one's going to be aimed at Katarina because Sun is not a good space. Even if I break it into 3, I cannot get to Katarina. So I will grab this symbol and place it as it should. This is the symbol that we're going to use for that. And we're just going to place it like so. Because that's all we could do. This is going to get placed on the trackboard as it goes. Then we are going to flip this and send this over to Sun's turn. Sun is not in a good way because at the start of her turn she's going to take 2 burn, and then that's going to take down to 1. And that is just awful. That is awful. That is awful. And her heels are covered up, so we've got a lot of thinking to do. Okay, we're going to try something a little silly here. Because we don't want her to get caught up in this. So she's going to move 1, 2, and then she'll have to move down here to do that, ending her movement. Then she is going to join the fray, which she will gain a shield 2. So this is the max shields that she can have, which is 4. Move 2 and hit for 1, but she's not going to be using the hit. She's just going to be using the move. So she will move 1, 2 here. I have an idea. I have such an idea on how this is going to work, but we're going to have to try it out. That's all Sun's going to do. I believe we don't have to take both actions. We can actually stop. I could do an unwilling recall, though. That's also not a bad thing. It would happen anyway, so it's going to end my turn. I'm going to do an unwilling a willing recall. I'll do a willing recall, and I put that token there. And that's her second action. That's going to end her turn. Alright, after Sun's turn, it's going to go to the Skeleton Archer. Skeleton Archer is just going to move 1. Wants to get both of us, but it can't based on distance. So it's just even if it moves here, it still can't get. So it would be, because it's here, 1, 2, and then 3, 4 would put it down there. So it's going to try to get to both of us, but it can't. Technically it can, because there has access to this as well as that. You can cross into it. So I'll say that it can get to both of us, and it's going to shoot at Sun and Katarina. Well, Sun, we have our lovely, we're going to use, well, shields have to come off first, right? So it's going to be 3, so 2 and the 1 to remove that, so no damage there from this attack. And Katarina, though, is going to do this tumble. And she's going to do this tumble to prevent 2, which means she'll take 1 damage, and she will take 1 poison token to move 2. So she will move 1, 2 here, which should be good. Okay, after that, it's going to be that big bastard's turn. He gets the move 2. His movement's interesting. So he's going to move 1, 2. Now, usually when it comes to attacking, this is an important thing, and I want to say a huge thanks to Board Game Officer for pointing this out. So usually you'd be like, okay, well, he would move in your space, but he's too big to move in my space, so he can't shut me out or move in my space. And it said that he would attack, okay? His attack is only the immediate... Usually it's not like with archers where it's the blue square. His attack is what's immediately in front of him. So all those squares, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, are considered to be what he can attack. Well, we're in the water. He can't get down there to attack us, and we're not in his room. So we avoid this for the first strike, which is super scary because we need to get around that guy, and he's blocking up that whole area, which is very, very scary. But at least we don't get attacked this round. Then it will go to the Executioner, and the Executioner is coming after Katarina, and he is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 to step down to get in here. So that's the best that he can do, and he can't get to us. Oh boy. Then it is finally Katarina's turn. Well, Katarina has that poison on her, so she's going to take 1 poison damage. So Katarina is going to move 1 to here. And then she is going to reckless attack, gaining 1 fury to add to her board. And then she is going to attack 3 times to this guy. Alright, 3 times. Here we go. 1. 15 hits. 2, drop the dice. That was scary. Natural freaking 20. Ho, 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 ho. That's 2. Nope, we're not done yet. And a nat 1. It was due. It was due. But I want y'all to see this amazingness. So a natural, a 1 hit will do, for this guy who is pink, would do 1, 2, 3, 4, taking him to 8. Then a natural 20 doubles that damage, so it would be an 8, and it's a 1-shot cleave kill on the natural 20. Oh, that was amazing. Unfortunately, we rolled a natural 1. And because I used my last die, I will have to do an unwilling recall, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We'll put it on Bull Rush, and then I have to exhaust the die because I rolled a nat 1, which is unfortunate. But we got that natural 20 kill. A 1 was just, it's like, all right, Derek, you're getting ahead of yourself. Let me calm you down a little bit. So we're gonna spend the red to do that. We'll spend the red to do that. Okay, that was amazing. That was really amazing. Oh boy. There's a lot of attacks coming up. We're safe from that guy unless we step on that platform or this guy die. Once he move, actually we're not gonna be safe. So we're gonna have to work on what's next. And the natural 20 was this, so I do get to heal 2 as my passive, because when you roll a 16 plus on self, heal 2. The other one was a 15, I believe, but the plus 1 would have made it 16. I want to believe that, so I'll say I'll heal 2, but you can all let me know in the comments if I got that wrong and I could set the health back. Oh my gosh, that was incredible. That was incredible. You know what? We're going to go for broke on this. We're going to go for broke. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do the double attack. Actually, I didn't use the cube for this. I should have. Sorry. No, I got it back when I used the cube. I got it back because I did that. I used the cube to do that. It ran out, and then I had to exhaust one. So I'm actually going to reckless attack again on that guy. It's on the skeleton. Well, it was a nice gesture. An 18. Woo! So that's another healing if I need it. A 15 plus 1, 16 would have been another healing if I needed it. And a 5 plus 1, which is just 6, so that's a miss. So that is 8 damage on him straight up from that axe. I need to find a way to inflict bleed. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Taking him down to 1 health. 1 more would have killed him, but unfortunately, we didn't get to do that this turn. At the end of Katarina's turn, it's going to go to the Rotten Flesh turn. Fortunately, on his turn, he takes that burn, and he dies. So he takes 1 burn, and he dies. So he is no longer an issue for us whatsoever, and he's gone. And since he's gone, we'll remove his card, and then it goes to draw 2 runes from the rune bag. Reaching into the rune bag, we will come in here. That natural 20 felt so good, you have no idea. So the first one is going to be this. We're drawing a lot of those. And the second one will be, I'm drawing nothing but greens and blues. So that's probably going to be super bad. So blue was first. So we have this lovely T-shape to place. Since the person that would be going after is Katarina, there is no way for it to get to her, so it's just going to place itself how it is. Alright, so we'll just place it here, because even if it broke into 3, it would be the same thing, and this will get placed where it needs to. And then this one, ooh, this one, it has to be broken into 3. This one has to be broken into 3, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3 here. because it can't go long. And then this will get placed on the green. I'm just pulling blues and greens. I wonder if you shrink the tokens, if there's a probability that it'll really get jumbled, but something to chew on. All right, at the end of that, we flip this over. Then it goes back to Sun's turn. Sun is going to take that one burn, and then it'll finally fall off of her. Oh boy. Okay, Sun needs some sun. Let us do. Sun is going to do a remove curse to heal 2 and get rid of this. And then Sun is going to try her best to finish off this Skelly. So she's going to attack it for... I get a reroll, and the +1 damage means nothing, but it's worth the try. Actually, I'm not going to do that. The shield would be helpful, because when that big guy goes next, he's going to crush me. The reroll's necessary, because you know I'm going to roll like trash, but getting the extra shield is more important. So I'm actually going to do that. Gain the 2 shield. I would say move 2, so I could go here and here. She's not going to get... and we'll just let the skeleton archer go, but I don't want him to have a turn. That poison sucks. So I think I am just going to just attack him where we are, because I haven't moved yet. So I'm going to attack him where we are. So here goes nothing. That hits! Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I will take it. Sun doesn't have to struggle with the -2 because she's nowhere near that darkness, so that is enough to kill this skeleton archer, getting him off of the board. He only had 1 health left. I don't think you need to see that. And then she is... So she still has her movement, so she's going to do 1, 2, 3 to come up here. And she is running for the hills. She is running for the hills. Okay, that's the end of her turn. It would go to the skeleton archer, but he is dead. It will then go to the Shadow Knight, who gets to move 2, and his target is Katarina. So he can move right here and definitely take a swing, and he gets a +1 damage on that swing for a total of 4 damage. All right, Katarina is going to do a... I thought I had a prevent 4, but I think that's on Sun. So she can only do a prevent 3, taking 1 damage. And because she did take damage, she's going to take knockdown. So she will be knocked down. Alright, that was a nasty turn. Then the Executioner, who is dead, will go out, and then it's Katarina's turn. Katarina will take the 1 from the poison, and then she has to spend this to get up. So she's not going anywhere. Man, I wish I had my reckless. I wish I had my reckless. But we're going to... Oh boy. I should have prevent 2, move 2, but then I would have taken 2 more damage and then got knocked down, but that's okay. Let's do a remove curse to heal 2 and cleanse 1. Let's cleanse this. This is going to take us down slowly, so let's get rid of that. Then finally, we're going to do our twin strike. Double strikes against you. I just don't trust that I can crit. That's all I'm saying. I just don't trust that I can crit. I have no faith in myself. So twin strike. Alright, twin strike. We're looking for an 8+. See what I mean? See what I mean? I don't trust myself. So there's that. And then the other strike is a 19. So 1 hits. Alright, well then that one was great, because that did this, which will pull these back, making me do an unwilling recall. Which I will put this, and the 19 would heal, but I'm already at full health. +1s are helpful. I just have no faith in my strike game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have a faith in my strike game. I'm putting it on Mortal Blow. I have no faith in my strike game. But I did hit him for 4. Now he has 15 health, and he has 1 and 8 shield. So it's just gonna be 1, 2, 3, taking him to 12. That's gonna be all for me. So we're gonna take this. We're going to move this, draw a rune. She's going to take the 2 crushing damage, and we'll deal with what happens. I said crushing damage, I didn't mean that. I mean this is definitely getting her. She has the highest health. This is definitely getting her, and I'm assuming it's going to be another blue or something. That's all I'm pulling. That's all I'm pulling. Well, it's just going to split into 3. It doesn't need to do more than that. I truly wonder if it's the size of the token that makes it hard to shuffle. Like, I'm really concerned about that, but I'm truly wonder, so if someone has made smaller tokens, or acrylic tokens for those that are smaller that you can really shake around in the bag, that might be good. So it's 1, 2, and then it's going to try to move towards Sun. So that is going to be 2 damage. So Katarina will take 1, 2 damage. And this will flip, and it will go back to Sun's turn. Sun is going to do her movement to do 1 and interact with this. That's one of her movements. She's going to interact, and then she's going to move again and interact with that. So let's see what this interaction is. Looks like we've got a priest in a bad way. We can loot the small chest, offer a funeral prayer, examine the priest, examine the running water, loot the treasure bag. Ooh, the small chest might be fun. Let me think. I think Sun as a monk, also priestly, would just offer a final prayer. We'll just try it out and see what happens.
Realizing that this priest's death must have been violent and sudden, you reserve a little of your time to offer his soul, which must have lost its way, some well-deserved nurturing. You recite the brief prayer we all learned in our childhood, knowing that this is the right thing to do.
Alright, it says you gain 2 focus, which is nice for Sun for sure. And write down the rest in peace status. Statuses are removed during the next camp phase on your campaign log. So Sun will get to focus for what she needs. And then she can finish her movement moving here and checking on this chest. We need to roll the trap die, so let's see what we got. So it looks like we've got a nice little, I believe that is encumbered or slowed. Let me check and see. That is the slow symbol. I actually used the wrong one when I gave slow to Katarina last time. It should have been this instead of the other one, which is the stealth symbol. So correction there, but this is the slowed that's on. Then we get to loot that chest, and we will draw a scroll of incinerate. Discard to do +2 damage and burn 4. Cool, I'll take it. So as you can see, Sun has got her slowed, and then we'll take this and put that in her pack and hang on to it for a second, because we might need it at some point. But we've got some good stuff, and we still have our turn to take, because we just did a bunch of movement and free interactions, which is not too bad, and we need to heal so bad. So we are going to do balance findings, heal ourselves for 2, and then we are going to gain 1 more focus, which is 3. It lets us cleave 2 and do some serious damage, but to me, a double body strike just makes me happy. Like, body strike is just too good to pass up, so that's our first. And our second is we are going to battle to focus to get that 2 and cleanse this thing out of here. So that's our 2 actions, and we're done. Sun had an interesting turn, but now it's bad time. It's horrible ouch time. So he is going to, his target is still going to be Katarina because Sun's only at 9 health. I thought it was going to be Sun, which I hoped it would be, but it's not. And he's going to get +1 damage to this. He's hit for 5. Alright, we're hitting for 5. We need to prevent as much as we can. And cry if we can, because he's going to knock her down again, which is not great. All I have is this block 3 to take 2. And then I'm going to get hit with knockdown again. That ends his turn, so then it is going to be Katarina's turn. I'm sick of this guy. So we have to spend this to get up from knockdown. Okay, well, we're going to have to just play it where it lays on this stuff because we can't seem to get what we need, right? So first, we're going to do a reckless attack. And this is going to be -2 to whatever we roll. We get a +1, so truly it's a -1 to whatever we roll. Oh boy, this could be bad. Yep, that's a miss on the first one. That's a miss on the second one. And a miss on the third. A complete whiff. That is horrible. We're going to die. I told you I don't trust my dice rolling anymore. It's just awful. So I am actually going to spend this 1 here to heal 2 and cleanse 1. And I'll cleanse this just in case something can save my life. Yeah, I'll cleanse this one out, because we're going to take a lot of damage. Alright, well, that was a turn that occurred, so we need to draw 2 runes, and of course they're going to be trying to get to Sun, which is going to be super bad. So we're going to draw in the bag. It's probably going to be another blue. No, it's a gray and a green. So the gray first is a straight line, which can be placed without an issue, so placing that straight line will work. Going up here, and then the second will definitely get to her. It will definitely, and we did search the treasure chest, so that's gone. And it will definitely get to her without any issue whatsoever. Hit her for 2 damage. Sun will take 2 damage from that. At the end of that, this flips over, and then it goes back to Sun's turn. I mean, this guy's chasing us, and it's rough, but I think we need to kill him, and Katarina is not going to have a good go of it. So, to me, I think it's time for Sun to do what she does best. I think that's what we need to do. So, on Sun's turn, she's going to do 1. Let's interact with this one final time. His body's dead, so let's examine the priest.
Intrigued, you examine the priest. The gash in his belly was certainly fatal, but the reddened, vivid blood doesn't match the dry look of his body. What bothers you most is the presence of a dark ooze, like oil, that is slowly seeping out of the wound. This same substance is always present when corrupted enemies, for want of a better word, are around.
So this says you gain 2 focus, and you may erase an aura if you have any that is on your campaign log. That one I got from the lady at the beginning, that's the one I'm erasing. The one that sucked. And I think that was supposed to affect us, but I forgot. But I'm going to erase that from the campaign log, and we got a focus 2, but she's full up on focus. So we'll deal with what we got. So that was 1. Yeah, because I was here. So that would have been 1, 2, 3. For that movement. Then I will spend this last cube to gain 3 more movement. That movement will take me 1, 2. And then, you little bastard, we're doing a body strike on you. So we're spending 2 points to do a body strike. Rolling hasn't been well, but let's see how it does. 13 plus 3, which is 16. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean anything to me, but I still hit for 3 because it has a shield 1. It'll be 2. Actually, it's going to be plus 3 damage, so it'd be 6 damage. And then push 3. So it has 1 shield, so it'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, and then it'll do that. I wish I could use 1 more focus on him, but I cannot. So that is going to end my turn. Or should I say I could, but it can't be the same one. But we got to kill this guy. He's getting on my nerves. So it's his turn. He's going to strike both of us for 5. Since Sun finished her turn, she does need to do an unwilling recall, which is okay. So she'll take that and she'll put it on the retaliate, which I should retaliate. I really should retaliate to hit him for 2, but I don't want to take 5 damage. So I'm actually going to... I wonder... I think I could prevent... I could do the prevent 3, and I think that should make me happy. I will do the prevent 3 here. Not that one. Let's do a red. I'll do the prevent 3 of the... Oh, sorry. Sorry. I have 3 shield that blocks 3, and then I just need to block 2. So I'm going to put this on block 2 and block it all. So that is good for Sun. Katarina, on the other hand, is in a little bit of a bad way. I think the best is she could prevent... let's see, she could prevent 2 and move 2 before the knockdown. So she will prevent and move 1, 2. Let's just say, 1, 2, because I don't want her to get hit with anything nasty. And that will be... so she will take 3. 1, 2, 3, going to 7. Fun times. That sucked. But then it is her turn, and I think we gotta do something, or else we're going to die. So first thing I'm gonna do is I have to spend a cube to purge the wicked. So I'll do this, flip this card over, inflict 2 and 4 burn. So this is just magic damage. 1, 2, you're not shielding that. And then you're going to take 4 burn. Not blocking that either. So you're going to enjoy that lovely 4 burn on your turn. Alright, so that was 1, and because I did the thing, you know what we have to do, an unwilling recall. I just don't trust myself. I don't trust myself at all. 11 minus 2, which is enough for the 1 hit. 15 minus 2, I hate you, game. And 6 minus 2, so both hit. So that's 8 damage. This game's stupid. This game is so insane. So 1 shield, so 1, 2, 3, and then 1 shield, 1, 2, 3. When I inflict the burn, it was like, oh yeah, let's let your attacks work, and you kill this big guy. Awesome sauce. And one of my attacks was pretty decent, so I will heal 2. Oh my gosh, that is the worst. So I'm up to 9, and that ends my turn. Alright, at the end of my turn, it's going to go to this, and we got to draw from the rune bag. I'm drawing from the handy-dandy rune bag here. We will have to shuffle this up, and I forgot to put these where they need to go. I think I've pulled almost all the greens and blues, so it's just one, which is an orange, which is an L. It doesn't need the L to get to where it needs to, so it's just going to spend the 1 that it needs. Lovely, lovely 1. Place itself right here to hit me for 2 damage. I think I played that right, but somebody's going to have to check me on that. Katarina will go down to 7 health from that. She was at 9, and I took her down to 7 for that. But I believe it would still place the 3. I could be wrong. This might be a rule I'm getting wrong, and somebody had to check, so it would do that. And Sun would also take 2, going down to 5. Then this will flip, and we go back to Sun's turn. Well, I think we've done everything we're going to do. So, Sun is going to move 1, 2, 3, and because she touches that, she's going to have to take 2 more damage. So she will take 1, 2. Oh boy. Then she is going to spend this to heal 2 and focus for 1. Okay. And then she is going to, I think she's going to just into the fray. Yeah, or she could do relaxing walk to focus 2, so I think that's what she's going to do. She's going to do this to get the other focus and move 3 through this door. So that's 1, 2, open this door, and let's see what we deal with.
Stepping forward again, you find yourself in a ruined chamber where thick columns rise to the ceiling, flanking a statue of a woman standing on a pedestal. Around her, a few more of those tormented people hum their dirge in a language you don't know, immersed in a kind of ritual. Tattered clothes, lost boots, and tools lie scattered everywhere, leading you quickly to conclude you have been fighting Black River's missing all along.
Okay, this is the setup. So we're going to have 1 gray rookie, 1 white rookie, 2 chests, another white monster rookie, and another gray rookie to fight. And they'll be in the 4 corners of the room. Oh boy. And that seems to be all we get to fight, thank goodness. Event trigger unraveling. When the last enemy is defeated, the current turn is paused, and you must read special event, an audience with your majesty on page 14. Alright, we've got the board set up here for us ready to go. Everything's set with the build out. I've removed the back because we're not going backwards. We discovered everything. And this is where we kind of sit with this horrendous thing that we have to do. So I have 1 more movement left, correct? Because I had to move 3. Actually, I have 2 movement left because I had moved 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, I had 1 more left to go. So I will back. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. Maybe I might join the fray on this fight, but this guy might be nasty. But I don't think I'm getting away from him. So I think I will do that to gain that other focus. So I'll move down there for my final move. And then I will spend this to join the fray so that I can get myself 2 shielder. I get to move, and then I get to attack and try to do some work. So the movement, I'll say 1, 2 here. And then I get to do an attack to try to see what I can do. Alright, so 7+. How are we doing? Natural 20? This game feels bad for me or something, so that's a natural 20. So that's a natural 20 on that pink creature for a total of 6. So that takes it to 6 health. But we're not done, because we are going to burn 2 key points to do an attack with +3. I'm not getting overzealous because I rolled a 20. Yep, I figured. Anything, if I had rolled a 4, it'd have been fine because it's +3. So, yep, I figured. Oh, boy. Fun. And actually, I just realized something, too. I've been playing something wrong with Sun. On Sun's board, it says on your turn you can move 3. Oh, +2. Okay, we're fine. So that's. I thought I got to move more, but if I had a cube to spend, then but it's just 3, so I'm okay. Nope, I didn't screw up. We're good. I just horribly missed an amazing possible turn, which would have killed that thing if I would have hit, but it didn't work. All right, it's Sun's turn. It's the archer's turn. The archer is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. No range to what you want to hit, so at least we're okay for that turn. Then it is going to be that guy's turn, who has range of 3. It moves 3, range of 3 to hit for 4. So he has no problem of 1, 2, 3 to hit for the range that he needs to burn and curse and do all the horrible things to hit for 4. I think we're okay. Be able to survive this. So 2 comes off, so that's 2 that's blocked. So we have 2 more to block. And I am going to use this cube here to block to prevent 2, which would trigger an unwilling recall to where I will put this. Let's put this on. Cleansing seems to be important right now, but I'll just put it there for right now for the focusing cleanse. So that is that creature's turn. Then it is going to go to the shadow, but he is dead, so he gets removed. Then it goes to the executioner, who is pissed. he's gonna attack, but his target's actually gonna be Katarina, because Katarina has more health. So he's gonna try to get the Katarina with 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can get that far, but that's as far as he can get. Then we will do Katarina's turn. Alright, on Katarina's turn, she doesn't have to suffer from knockdown anymore. So she's gonna do she unfortunately has to step through that awful. Does she have any healing? She does have a remove curse to heal, so we might have to do that. So she's got to step through this awful, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3 to get here. Because she steps, she's going to take 2 damage. Then we are going to remove curse and heal 2 back. And we're going to remove from this mortal blow. And then we're going to try Twin Strike. Let's see if we can kill this guy. We'll try our best and see what happens. All right, so 2 strikes. I don't even know. That at least hits. I get a +1, which is 9. So that hits, but it doesn't heal me any. The other one was just awful. So that's 4, and I am going to spend one of these to make it a 5. Well, you know, that guy's going to live forever, right? So it goes down to 1 health. And that's going to end my turn. Then it's going to be this rotting thing's turn that moves for 3. So on its turn, it's going to lumber 1, 2, 3. Now let's move it here. And that's all it can do. Then we're going to do this and draw 2 runes from the rune bag. Alright, well, it is what it is, right? So, we just gotta deal with it as it comes. That's all we can do. So, it's gonna be that and that. Okay, so what we're drawing is a Ziggy Zaggy, which will get to her, and then that's definitely going to get to the other one, but we have to break it off into pieces, as it needs. It's just going to be 4 pieces. I don't need to drag too much more into there. So it's going to just be 1, 2 for 2 damage, and then 1, drop her, 2 for 2 damage, putting that there, and that's where we are. Katarina will take the 2 damage going to 5. And Sun will take the 2 damage going to 3. Alright, then we are going to flip this back over, and it's going to be Sun's turn. Sun is going to leave Katarina to her own devices for this one. 1, 2, 3, which would be bad. Okay, let's do 1, 2, 3 to this guy. Then we are going to use this, which is discard 2, self-focus 2, and cleanse 1. So I will gain 2 focus on Sun, and then I will cleanse 1. So we gain our 2 focus, and then I'll cleanse 1, which I will cleanse this red. Let's get rid of that. Actually, let's get rid of the blue. And this card gets discarded. Then I'm going to try to low kick and knock this thing down. Let's see how we do. I don't know how we're going to do. A 12 is a hit, which is good. So that is 3 damage and knockdown. So we will take 1, 2, 3 damage and be inflicted with knockdown. After I perform an attack like that, I may move self 2. So I'm going to move myself 1, 2, and then I will join the stinking fray. Doing that. Gaining a shield 2. And then moving myself 1, 2. And then we're going to dance the dance of our people with that attack. It's going to be on the Executioner for sure. Alright, let's see how we do. 9 is enough, thank God. So that is enough to kill that Executioner, get him out of here. And then we are going to burn 2 key points to do a body strike. Alright, let's see how we do this time around. 17 plus 3. It's not a natural 20, but it is good enough to hit for a plus 3 and a push 3. So I can't really push him for, but that's going to be 6 damage. So on that weird looking fuzzy thing, it's going to be 6 damage, taking him down to 3 health. That was not a bad turn for Sun. Not a bad turn whatsoever. That was pretty decent. It's going to be the skeleton's turn. But remember, he had knockdown, so he can't do anything. He can't move. And, as you see, he's not in range of any of us. So he is not going to be able to attack us for anything. So his turn's wasted. So it's a good turn overall. Alright, you need to move, and then you get to attack. And your attack is going to be against Katarina. So you need to move to where you can be adjacent. You have a move 3. You can't. Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I was about to say, you can't. I positioned myself well. I did not. 1, 2, 3. And that gives it plus 1 damage to this strike, and this is 5 damage it's doing. Well, if I don't block this, I'm a dead lady, huh? This is gonna... So we gotta prevent 3, is what we can do. Prevent 3. We're taking 2. And then we're gonna get inflicted with burn 1. And we're gonna have to take another curse, which is our 3rd curse. And I will put that on here, and that'll be where it is. Cool. We have burn, so it says if you have means to apply burn, have burn or adjacent, you may flip this card over. So we'll flip that card back over because we just got lit on fire. So thank him for that. All right, we'll end that turn. The Executioner is dead. Katarina's turn. All right. Well, she has that burn on her, so she will take that burn damage, and then this will come off. Her being in that curse is not going to do her body any good. It's not going to do her body any sorts of good. So we are going to move 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, And then I have to find a way to move. I have to find a way to move. If I do it here, honestly, I think I will kill that creature that burned me deserves to be burned back. So, burn back is... I should save this for that big honking thing. I should save that for him. So I tell you what, we're gonna attempt a mortal blow. That'll put us at 5 damage. So we'll see how we do. Okay, well, we're gonna try this mortal blow and see what happens. 6 plus 1, 7. That's still a miss. So no good. I told you I can't hit with these ones that matter. All right, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Rotten Flesh turns. Just gonna move 3. So it'll do... Oh, it gets to me. I should not have stood there. 1, 2, 3, and it attacks for 3. I'm actually okay because I used all my cubes. I would have to do an unwilling recall, and that unwilling recall, I will probably put it on mortal blow because I suck at that stuff, and it's hitting me for 3. It attacks twice. So the first attack I prevent 3. I don't take any damage. The second attack, I will self-prevent 2 and move 2. So I'll move 1, 2. And then I will take 1 damage. I'm down to 1 health. And he hits me with Intimidate, which is pretty bad. Intimidate, not so good. Not so good. Not so good. So I take an Intimidate token, which will -1 to my attack. I almost died. I almost died. Oh boy. Alright, then it's the rune's turn where we'll draw from the bag. So we'll grab from the bag, and I am not doing so well at all. So it's one of these symbols, which is actually going after Sun, because Sun's the highest health with 3 health left. And it has what it needs to just drop 2, 1 here and 1 here, to hit Sun for 2 damage. And Sun is down to 1 health too. Then this will flip, and it will be Sun's turn once again. It's like the inevitable, right? It's the inevitable. Sun is going to do this to heal 2 and focus 1. Sun is going to then move 1, 2, 3 here. 1, 2. Yeah, that's the best spot. That -2 gets removed because it's height. Sun is then going to spend 3 key points. That's on Sun's board. That was on Sun's board to Whirlwind Strike to cleave 2. That cleave 2 will hit both of them. All right, let's see how we do. 8 is enough. 8 is enough to hit for +2 damage for 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 killed you. And then 5 on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, taking you to 7. Sun's board says after she does an attack like that, which was an attack, she gets to move 2. So she's going to move 1, 2. And then she is going to Force Strike, +5 to hit, +1 damage. Alright, let's see how we do. +5 is 17, +1 damage, so that is 4 damage. 4 damage will take you from 6 to 2. Now will end Sun's turn. It is this creature's turn to go. The skeleton. Skeleton's going to take a step back and then fire away at... actually, where can you move? Actually, it'll move here and then fire away. For 3 on both. Ooh, sorry about that. For 3 on both. For Sun, we'll spend the 2 shield, and then actually what we're going to do is we're going to do the backflip to prevent 4, and then we're going to move, so jump 3, prevent 4 for the backflip. So 3 is going to be 1, 2, 3. Actually, 1, 2 here, because you can't cleave me otherwise. And then prevent 4 damage, so no damage inbound. We're good. Katarina, on the other hand, unless she can block 3, she is dead zones. So we can prevent 2, and that's all we can do, so we can't stop it. So she is going to eat all of that and go down. When a character goes down, which is crazy, you clear all these off, give them all their cubes back, and then you give them one of these permanent purple cubes. And I think I'll put that permanent purple cube here on move 3. One adjacent enemy suffers 2 damage. Yeah, I'll put it on retaliate 3 because I haven't been using it as much as I should. And she'll get all her stuff back, and that was awful. Then after that, it will go to the shadow cultists, but they are dead, so then it's going to go to Katarina's turn. Okay, so Katarina's held back up to full. We put her purple cube on retaliate, and she's got all her other stuff back, so she's ready to go like it's a new turn. Cool, that will work. So we move this up a little. She's going to move here. And then she is going to reckless, gaining one of those fury ones to go. So we got 3 strikes. 1, 16, which would let us heal. 2, 11, which does hit. And 3, 18, which does hit. Perfect. So 1, kill, skeleton, dead. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3, 1, 2, 3, dead. Now I would love to search these specific treasure tokens. I would love to be able to search those, but it says as soon as the last monster is dead, we got to go to what's next, which is meeting. So we are going to pause here. We're going to stop here for this playthrough because the next fight I know is a boss fight, and therefore I want us to be prepared for it with how it goes. I'm not going to do it in this playthrough. We'll do it in the next one. So we're going to stop here, go through what's coming next, and see what happens if we're able to end off this chapter in a proper way. Until then, I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.